The Pittsburgh Steelers continue to explore ways to replenish and retool their wide receiver room in the wake of their decision to trade George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys. While the team made headlines earlier in the offseason by acquiring star wide receiver DK Metcalf from the Seattle Seahawks, that move was originally intended to complement Pickens, not replace him. Now, with Pickens gone and the 2025 season fast approaching, the Steelers find themselves in a position where finding a legitimate WR2 is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. One name that was floated as a potential option has already made headlines elsewhere. Former Jacksonville Jaguars wide receiver Gabe Davis is officially visiting the San Francisco 49ers, according to a report from Fox Sports' Jordan Schultz. This comes just days after Davis was released by Jacksonville following a failed physical designation tied to a meniscus tear suffered during the 2024 season. While the Steelers have not been publicly linked to Davis in terms of hosting or reaching out to him, his name has long circulated in speculation as a potential solution for Pittsburgh's current receiver dilemma. Davis's career has been something of a roller coaster, marked by explosive moments and tantalizing flashes of big play ability, balanced against bouts of inconsistency and a recent spate of injuries. Drafted by the Buffalo Bills in the 4th round of the 2020 NFL Draft, Davis quickly made a name for himself as a deep ball threat, averaging nearly 17 yards per reception during his 4-year tenure in Buffalo. He was never the Bills' primary receiver. Stefon Diggs held that title, but Davis carved out a reputation as someone who could make game-changing plays down the field. One of the most memorable highlights of his career came in 2022, when the Bills played the Steelers. In that game, Davis torched Pittsburgh's secondary for multiple big plays, including a 98-yard touchdown reception that helped the Bills secure a 38-3 blowout win. That game alone etched his name into the minds of Steelers fans, not for what he did wearing black and gold, but for what he did to the black and gold. In 2023, Davis posted a solid stat line, 45 receptions for 746 yards and 7 touchdowns. While he wasn't consistent week to week, he maintained his identity as a vertical threat capable of flipping the field in a single play. However, his time in Jacksonville didn't go as planned. After signing with the Jaguars ahead of the 2024 season, Davis appeared in just 10 games, recording 20 receptions for 239 yards and 2 touchdowns before his season was cut short due to a knee injury. His release from Jacksonville came with a failed physical designation, yet Schultz reported that Davis is expected to be healthy in time for the 2025 season. Now, his first free agent visit is with the San Francisco 49ers, a team also facing its own set of wide receiver uncertainties. The 49ers traded Deebo Samuel to the Washington Commanders earlier this offseason, and Brandon Ayuk, the team's current top receiving threat, may not be ready for the start of the 2025 season after suffering a severe knee injury last October. Davis's ability to stretch the field vertically fits Kyle Shanahan's system well, especially with a quarterback like Brock Purdy who has shown a knack for deep throws and rhythm. While Davis's visit to the 49ers doesn't preclude a Steelers pursuit down the line, it does raise the question, why hasn't Pittsburgh shown more concrete interest? The answer may lie in how general manager Omar Khan and head coach Mike Tomlin view their current depth chart. Khan, speaking to reporters during post-draft press conferences and organized team activities, has expressed confidence in the internal group of receivers already on the roster. Roman Wilson, a rookie selected in the 3rd round of the 2025 NFL Draft, has already turned heads during early minicamp workouts with his route precision and football IQ. Calvin Austin III, now entering his 3rd season, remains a dynamic presence when healthy, though his production has yet to fully reflect his potential. Veterans like Robert Woods and Ben Skowronek offer experience and versatility, while Scotty Miller brings speed and special teams value. There are also younger names like UDFA signees Rock Taylor and Kushawn Williams, who will be looking to make the roster during training camp. Still, it's fair to question whether that group, even with Metcalf anchoring the top of the depth chart, provides enough firepower to help the Steelers contend in a competitive AFC North that features strong secondaries in Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Cleveland. The departure of Pickens not only removed a physical, contested catch specialist from the roster, but also took away a player with legitimate WR1 upside. Replacing that production won't be easy, and relying solely on rookies or older veterans past their prime is a dangerous proposition. Davis could represent a middle ground. At just 26 years old, he still has prime years ahead of him. His experience in playoff atmospheres, his familiarity with vertical-based offenses, and his ability to create separation on deep routes would be invaluable to a Steelers team looking for a spark opposite Metcalf. Additionally, his price tag will likely be modest due to the injury history and inconsistency concerns. If healthy, Davis could become one of the more underrated free agent pickups of the offseason. Should Davis sign with the 49ers, as expected, it will remove one of the more intriguing options from the board for Pittsburgh. That would force the Steelers to consider other possibilities, both via trade and free agency. One name that continues to generate buzz is Amari Cooper. Though currently on the Cleveland Browns roster, Cooper could become a surprise trade candidate if Cleveland decides to reallocate cap space or lean into a youth movement. Cooper, a technician at the position, would fit beautifully alongside Metcalf and provide the kind of route precision and veteran-savvy Pittsburgh's offense could thrive on. On the trade front, names like Allen Lazard, New York Jets, and Romeo Doubs, Green Bay Packers, have surfaced as potential options, particularly if Aaron Rodgers does sign with Pittsburgh. Both Lazard and Doubs have pre-existing chemistry with Rodgers and would provide continuity in the passing game. Lazard, in particular, has drawn praise in the past for his blocking and red zone presence, traits the Steelers value highly. If the Steelers choose not to pursue any of these names, it could indicate a deeper trust in their developmental pipeline. Players like Roman Wilson and even Ben Skowronek might be asked to shoulder more of the offensive burden. Wilson, though a rookie, was lauded during the pre-draft process for his ability to win in the slot and outside. With time and coaching, he could become a reliable weapon. Still, betting on development over proven production is risky, especially when the team has signaled that it believes it can contend in 2025. Adding to the urgency is the quarterback situation. As of now, the Steelers have not received a commitment from Aaron Rodgers, who continues to weigh his options between playing, retiring, or potentially signing elsewhere. If Rodgers does sign, the need for experienced pass catchers becomes even more pressing. A quarterback of Rodgers' caliber demands a reliable supporting cast, and while Metcalf alone gives him a dangerous option, having depth and versatility behind him is essential for a fully functioning offense. If Rodgers declines to sign and Pittsburgh moves forward with Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, or rookie Will Howard, the need for competent receivers increases even more. In that case, the Steelers must provide as much help as possible for whichever quarterback ends up starting. Whether through splash plays like Davis offers or the consistency of someone like Cooper, Pittsburgh cannot afford to enter the season with a half-built passing attack. In conclusion, while Gabe Davis may not be Pittsburgh-bound, at least not initially, the team's need for a WR2 remains one of the most important storylines of the offseason. The Steelers must act swiftly and decisively, whether that means reigniting interest in Davis should his visit with San Francisco not result in a contract, pursuing other veteran targets, or pulling off another unexpected trade to reinforce the room. Because in a league where passing reigns supreme, and in a division loaded with elite defenses, a wide receiver core that isn't complete is a team that isn't truly ready to compete.